project, it was an eye-opener. It was like a door opened in our mind in this long trajectory of trying to translate the whole constitution into our local languages. Because actually, having the constitution in English limits most of our Kenyan communities in accessing it. And kitu ambacho kilinifurahisha zaidi na this project is that most of our students took it as an exercise and even consulted their grandmas and grandpas and came up with a very good piece that was subjected to a preview, and now we have this book. So I'm very delighted to have this book, and I hope this will not only be an academic exercise, but the start of a revolution and the start of a project to translate the whole constitution to enable it to be accessed by our communities. Thank you very much. May God bless you. And as we say in Masai, I'm a Masai by the way, Kira mayanana engai. Asante sana.
Okay, that makes my work easier. Yesterday when I was told I had then 10 minutes to speak, I called one of my friends in the faculty called Sipala, who used to teach this course before I took over, and asked him, hey, 10 minutes haijai kwa long hivi, what am I going to say? Everything that we wanted to say on this project is in the forward. And this is a project that was spearheaded by CJ Mutunga and myself as we co-taught the law and society class. We had a segment on language. And then we had this idea of, let's translate the whole constitution to Kiswahili, to our national languages, so that people can access it better. And Peroso has touched on that. But yesterday while I was preparing for this part, I had so many plans. I wanted to play a Fela Kuti song, that talks about confusion in early post-colonial Africa and the languages that, were there. People could not understand each other. I also wanted to display a Twitter joke written in Kiswahili and tell you to try and translate it to see whether it will be as funny as it is in Kiswahili in English, something like that. But nikasema wacha tu nini. Let me just go straight and say that language is a very important aspect of our lives. As is recorded in the foreword of that book, it's more than just communication. It's about identity, and it's also about independence. And if you want to learn about the nexus of language and independence or dependency in Africa, then I would refer you to Ali Mazrui and Alamin Mazrui, who've discussed just how hard it is to properly decolonize in someone else's language. So for example, as Kenyans, the current slogan is, we the people of Kenya, anywhere. When you're talking about maandamano, kila kitu, it's we the people of Kenya. The people of Kenya are sovereign. But how many of us know what sovereign is, the term sovereign is in our respective languages? And how ironic is it that we are sovereign in a foreign language? But the other aspect of it is to bring the point home was also to say that I listen a lot to a Nigerian musician who died called Fela Kuti. And in both my classes, gender and law and society, I have started them with Fela Kuti. My first law and society class, I made them listen to a song called Teacher Don't Teach Me Nonsense. And then in my gender and the law, I made them listen to Lady and Zombie. Now, Fela Kuti was a Nigerian musician born in the late 30s, went to school in an aristocratic family, went to school abroad, university abroad, could speak very good English, as you can imagine. And then he came back to Nigeria to, kickstart his music career. He started as just the normal, singing normal songs from witchcraft, etc. And then he had an awakening, a political awakening somewhere in the 60s, and decided, what was more important to him was to use music as a tool for activism. And when he made that decision, he then created a genre of music called Afrobeat. I know you think Afrobeat is the likes of Wizkid and Davido, but what they sing is called Afrobeats with an S at the end, which is a derivative of Fela Kuti's Afrobeat. Now, Afrobeat is Afrobeat because Fela Kuti did three things. Number one, he combined jazz music, high life and traditional Yoruba chants into making the musical element of Afrobeat, to defining what it is. And then the second thing he did was now to bring in a political message. But what is the most effective way of delivering a political message? Because he was trying to emancipate the Nigerian people. He chose very intentionally to use Pidgin English as his main language for music. And that's why up to today, Afrobeats now that people listen to now is in Pidgin English or broken English, broken Nigerian English. So I am not going to say much. I had a lot to say, but we're going to do a very tiny exercise right now. We translated the preamble of the Constitution into a couple of languages, including, who knows Ilchamus? It was very hard for me to get a reviewer to review the Ilchamus translation, but we got one. So I'm going to get a few participants to read the preamble of the Constitution in specific languages. And we're going to start with Joy, Leonid. Come, where are you, my dear? Joy. Yes, good. And then Lewis, get ready before I surprise a few executives.
All protocols observed. Joy Leonid, a law student at Kabarak University. All protocols observed. I'm Joy Leonid Kerubo, a student at Kabarak University.